It's your girl, Lou Pac, baby. From the booth where the real ones talk slick and walk heavy. She don't do rumors, she do receipts. If you said it, she got it. If you did it, she show it. Truth teller, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah, truth teller, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah. Straight out of Louisiana, she don't duck, no smoke. Call her the queen of receipts, she keeping folks woke. From fake friends to baby daddies getting exposed. If it's messy, she gon' clean it up, real talk mode. Independent, raw and loud with it. She ain't scared of nothing, she proud with it. So if you coming fake, don't step in her lane. She call names and receipts, gon' explain. Truth black, baby. All truth, all gas, no brakes. Truth teller, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah, truth teller, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah, it's Lou Pac, baby. All truth, all gas, no brakes. Yeah, all truth, all gas, no brakes. No brakes.
Yeah, you tuned in to Lou Pac, baby. She don't follow trends, she follow facts. Receipts ready, energy heavy. Let's go.
L-U-P-A-C, baby don't play, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-E-N-T, bringing truth to the streets. Go.
She don't do drama, she drop data. Scroll the page, now or later. You'll see lies get exposed and the fake get froze like refrigerators. Name ring bells like second line. Speak real, no need to lie. She from the south with a strong survivor. Snakes don't make it out alive.
L-U-P-A-C, ain't no faking on the screen. Call a judge, call a jury, she deliver with the heat. You won't clap, but she got truth, no sugar in her speech. Independent, bold and real, this Lou Pac, baby, capiche.
They scrolling, she exposing. They trolling, she compose. See, Lou Pac don't just react, she decode what's not disclosed. From screenshots to timelines, receipts in real time. You playing checkers, she playing chess. Every move defined, got that hustle in her bones. No cosign built her own. Views go up when she speak up. This platform here a throne.
L-U-P-A-C, baby don't bend, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-D-E-N-T, bringing truth to the streets. L-U-A-C, baby don't bend. She that truth in your feed when the lies get blown. Y'all watching, y'all lurking, but she grown. L-U-A-C, baby don't be. She that truth in your feed when the lies get blown. Y'all watching, y'all lurking, but she grown.
This ain't gossip, this ain't rumors. This is real talk, backed by real proof. Welcome to Lou Pac, baby, where every video got purpose.
Hey y'all, happy Monday. What is up, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tune in on this good old Monday, baby. Sorry I am late, y'all. Both of my sisters surprised me with some pho. I was surprised too. I'm like, what's the odds? What's the odds of both of my blood sisters going to the pho place, getting pho, and they brought it to me at different times? I have been such a good mood because I've been on some pho. I love pho. I don't know how many of y'all like pho, but I love me some pho with that spicy broth, child. I had two bowls. One of them I saved for later. But yeah. But anyways, hey y'all. I know y'all probably mad like this not always late. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I really like at the last minute and I had to eat. I had eaten it all day. So I've been running. I've been running. And it's almost school time. I've been trying to get my babies ready for school. It's a lot going on right now, y'all. It's a lot going on, but I'm still trying to be consistent with my live streams, whether I go live early in the daytime or late in the evening. Y'all just gonna have to bear with me right now because it's a whole lot going on, child. But anyway, shout out to y'all. I knew y'all was gonna come through with that nightcap. Y'all know we done started our little Sunday nightcap. Unfortunately, we gotta do a Monday nightcap too. We ain't as late as the other one, but hey, okay, we just gonna make it do what it do, child. But I had to go in the vault and get some receipts for this live stream. Because I know y'all see the caption. Bree's still lying, and now she's constantly asking the internet how to parent her children, her kids. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna tell y'all what I mean by that. Now, like I said, I did go in the vault for some receipts just to show y'all a little one too, baby. Let me see who we got in here. Hold on, let me go up, y'all. I know y'all was patiently waiting on your girl. Shout out to y'all. I do appreciate y'all patience. Y'all already know that. Hey Lisa, hey sweet queen. Thank you for forever holding on the chat per usual. Miss Shalene, Queen Love Mel. We got Brown Sugar, Miss Lucinda, Miss Wanda, Jaisha, my love. We got Erica. We got Miss Bet, Miss Darlene. We got, hold on, let's see, Black Knight. Shout out to you, Miss East, Milky. Who else? Tyrese with the T in his thing, Miss Amanda. We got Ranita. We got Nana Karen. We got Miss Lolo, my bro Terry, of course, coming through with the copyright and fair use. Who else? Gracie. We got Myla Renee, Miss Angela B. We got, hold on, let me go up. Queen Love Mail. We got Miss Lovely. We got Miss Lisa in the building. We got Miss Yolanda White, Miss Jackie Rogers, Queen Lily, CS, Miss Deb, Miss Margaret, Miss Witty, Epiphany by Tiffany. Y'all coming through, baby. Tokyo Blues, Sunshine. We got, hold on, let me see. Miss Carlissa. Shout out to Miss Patricia for getting that membership. Welcome to the Green Team, my personal Green Team. Miss Latanya. What else in here? Tell me something good. Bow, bow. Y'all know I gotta sing her name every single time. I love it. Shout out to you, my girl. Who else in here? Miss Tita to you, Miss Jackie Moore. Solid as a rock. Miss Nikita, Miss Lenora, Love Me. We got Sarah Lynn. We got Miss Kathy B, Miss Stephanie Landry. We got Davy Smooth. Who else? Who else? Baby, I see y'all showing love with them colors. I love it. Shout out to y'all. I ain't got to y'all yet, but I can see it popping up at the top. Hey, loving my curve. Art Chapman. Who else? Carmen. The soul of a woman. Hey y'all, Lupac not at her desk yet. I'ma do better, y'all. I promise I'ma do better. I'ma do better. See, y'all might have to tell my mom on me, okay? Because she don't like that late stuff. Like she don't like that. Y'all tell her on me, she gonna get on me good. You know, when you get to a certain age, I'm still scared of my mama, y'all. And she was the type of mama that didn't whip. I think my mama probably whipped us one time in our entire life, me and my siblings. Look, I'm whispering like she in the living room or something. But she gonna get me all the way together. She don't play that, baby. You gotta be on time. She one of those mamas. Like, no, we got to keep it together. Southern girl, shout out to you. Bianca Pear Creation, Miss Janice, Miss Audrey, Miss Green Eye. Who else? Kimberly W, Miss Portia, Becca Fry. We got Miss LaRonda, Miss Anita. We got Fifi in the building, Miss Sheila, Coco, Miss Sherry, thank you for that coffee, my love. I see you and I seen you. Shout out to Miss Geraldine for that super chat, super sticker. Hey Kissy. Who else? Who else in here? Miss Jackie A. We got, let me see. Hello, my girl. I told you I'll wait. Hit the like. Why is it doing all those? You must have put some emojis, but it don't show. That's weird. It might be, I guess, the type of phone some of y'all have, because it don't like it's just a whole bunch of letters. But shout out to you, Miss Latanya. Thank you, Miss Green Eyes, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's go, Luke. We in this thing, baby. We are in this thing. Hey, Aisha, my love. Who else? Thank you, sweet queen. Hey, respectfully, April. Hey, K Monet. Love me for real in the building, chosen by God. Thank you, love me for that super sticker. I appreciate you. Who else we got? Miss Belria, Miss Dolly, AC. We got Queen B in the building. Grow 6565. So no. Y'all see I'm going through them fast, huh? Thank you. Thank you. Y'all gonna make me cry. Thank you, the soul of a woman. I appreciate you. Hey, Mr. Neil. Oh, you did. See, y'all really trying to get me tonight. Y'all trying to get me. Thank you so much, my love. You know you are appreciated. For real, for real. Hey, Sunflower for Life. Hey, Miss LaRonda. Hey, Miss Donna. Who else? Let me see. Invincible Empire. We got Miss Lonnie. We got my baby, Miss Aaron. Virgo Goddess. It's a Wonderful Life. April Granger. Baby, y'all coming in heavy. I'm chosen. I love you down. Carmen Collective. I love you down. All of my beautiful minds that's in the building, that's always in here before me. I love y'all down. Y'all already know what it is, okay? But listen, y'all, yeah, I'm in a good mood, y'all. I done had my pho. I'm gonna have my gelato later. A whole pig top. But anyways, if you would like to donate to me monetarily, you can cash at me at $Lupac2. You can also buy me a coffee. Shout out to all my coffee people. You can also support the platform by getting a super sticker or a super chat. Shout out to y'all who didn't already did that. I am very, very appreciative. I do have a little goal set of 15. It ain't mandatory, but it is greatly, greatly appreciated because it contributes to the revenue of this particular live stream, y'all. You can also support by getting a membership. Shout out to all my members already, days 1, 2s, and 3s. We're going to be turning up in members only this month coming, baby. This is the big one, the big court date, y'all. The big one is coming, okay? So get ready for that. And make sure y'all watching them ads and hitting that like button. That's it. That's it, y'all. That's it. That's all. Please turn me up with the likes. Keep me in the algorithm. Thank you, Carmen Collective. Support Lupac with a chat. Thank you, my love. Hey, Gemini Rising. Okay, y'all. So we gonna be up a little. Well, I ain't gonna say we're gonna be up a little while. I gotta wash my hair too. But I'm gonna spend a little time with y'all tonight. So, shout out to my beautiful source, because they sent me the video that you posted earlier, right? And I'm gonna just let y'all hear it. Let me just pull it up. Let's just pull it up. And then we're gonna get to the other ones. Because like I said, I had to go into the vault. Y'all know one thing about me, I'm gonna rebuttal something with a receipt. We're gonna rebuttal something. All right, hold up. Talk, you are so cool. Love your vibes. Thank you. I appreciate you. I try to be. I feel like when you get to a certain point in life, it's no reason to be mad or upset. That's emotions and that can be changed. You are in control of your peace at the end of the day. So if you got something around you that's causing you issues, making you change your mood, your vibe, you need to remove it. Remove it. That's it. I don't want nobody around me that's always in their feelings, always unhappy. Like, no. What we doing? You control that. And if you allow something to be around you that can control your emotions, that's a problem. We ain't doing that, baby. We are not doing that over here. All right. Hey, Miss Coretta. Hey, Michaela. Hey, Michelle. Okay, y'all. So let me pull this up. Let's see. I ain't gonna put it on the screen for reasons, but I'm gonna let y'all hear it though. Okay. So the first one I'm gonna play is the one that she posted earlier, right? And like I said, with the caption, you can see I say Bree still lying, and I'm gonna show y'all how I'm gonna call it that lie, right? And I said she's constantly asking the internet how to parent her kids. But y'all gonna be able to see what I'm talking about with the flow of these receipts that I put together. Let's say good evening, Pac. I came late today. I was wondering where you was. I didn't see your name at first. You always up there too. All right, let's play this one first, y'all.
Got a question out there for all the parents. How do you guys feel?
Oh, before I play it, let me read the caption. Let me read her caption to y'all. Because she did put a caption on that video. So I do need to read that. Where is it? I know I got it. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I could have sworn I screenshot. Oh, here you go. Okay, so her caption says, sleepovers used to feel simple. Now they feel like a safety risk. With so much happening in today's world, can we really trust our kids to be safe in someone else's home? As a parent, it's not about being overprotective, it's about being cautious, aware, and choosing peace of mind over pressure. How do you feel about sleepovers these days? Yay or nay? Let's talk about it, right? Me personally, and this is a good topic, y'all. This is a good topic. This is a good dialogue. I I feel like if I'm gonna allow my kids to do the sleepover, it's gonna have to be at my house. And then I'm real particular about who I allow in my home also, because I'm real big on energy. That's kids and adults. Like no cap, my children can tell you, kids and adults, because I feel like stuff happens too fast, and I'm also very cautious and proactive, and I think about stuff before it happens. Like I'm real iffy about, I feel like when people view you a certain way or they know you got something or whatever, I just feel like people be having motives. I look at everything all across the board, y'all. When it comes to everything, I'm that parent. But when you have, if you have somebody's child at your house, you are responsible for that child. In the case they get hurt, if anything happens. So I look at all of that. So I'm more so on, I'll allow family members to come, like cousins. When it gets to like kids at school, I can't do that. I don't want to be responsible for nobody's child. Not to say I ain't gonna be watching them, because I'm gonna watch them, but I don't want that responsibility. No, we ain't doing that. Now, if we gonna go to, like an outing, we go to amusement park or to something like that, and the parent has to be present, because that's another thing. That's even worse. Once you start going into the public with other people cheering, baby, that's a whole different ball game. Because they got people out here that be snatching kids. Things just happen too fast, y'all. And like I said, I think about all of that. Like it's weird, but I feel like it also protects me from, things that could potentially happen. So that's her caption. Now let me play her video so y'all can hear what she said. Okay. Now, mind you, she spoke on this in the past also. She spoke on this. That's why I say I had to dig real deep. That just show you how my mind, my brain operates, y'all. The fact that she posted this clip today in 2025, and I remembered her speaking on it in 2022. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like my brain be working overdrive, child. But when I get to that clip, I'm gonna tell y'all which one it is.
Question out there for all the parents. How do you guys feel about sleepovers? My children are now at the stage where they're asking to spend the night at friend's house, and I just don't feel comfortable. I don't know. It's not like back in the day where everybody know everybody. People coming to, like, people don't even come knock on the door and introduce themselves no more. I remember back in the day, I couldn't go nowhere unless my mama met you, got a copy of your license plate.
Y'all hear what she's saying? This part right here, pay attention to it. Because she said something very similar to it in that clip from 2022, but she added more to it in the older clip. In this clip, it's kind of like a little washed down. But pay attention to the things she said her mom didn't allow, or her mom asked for. Watch, let me back it up a little bit.
I couldn't go nowhere unless my mama met you, got a copy of your license plate, got a copy of the picture of your car, know where you worked at, know your name, know your whole family, know everything. Okay? I couldn't leave the house. What's y'all opinions about that? I really want to know how y'all feeling about that, because I don't know.
Okay, let me pause it again. Do y'all feel like she exaggerated when she said that, or do y'all feel like she was being truthful? Because let me say this, there are some parents who are that strict. Like my dad, growing up, my dad was really, really, really strict on me and my sisters. Like my brother, he got way more leniency. But when it was us, the girls, like he was so strict, y'all. I remember a guy walking me home from school one day because our school where we lived growing up, our school was right around the corner. So we used to walk to school unless it was raining, right? And this was I don't remember what, I think I was in middle school. And the guy walked me home from school, y'all, and it was so hot. He took his shirt off. He took his shirt off because it was so hot, right? But he walking me, and I'm not thinking nothing of it. Now I knew my daddy was strict, but I ain't thinking nothing. So my daddy must have seen us come around that corner. My daddy went go get that GUN and scared that little boy to DEATH. Let's just say that. Don't you ever come around. Don't you ever come around here, especially with no shirt on with my daughter. Y'all, he went in. That little boy was so scared. I'm shocked he didn't go run and get a parent, like his father. But my daddy was one of those. Like he was one of those. And he was well respected in our area. Like nobody would mess with us because of who my daddy was. Like, but I was so ashamed, y'all. I was ashamed and scared for him. When I tell y'all he went get that pew pew, I'm like, oh my God, like this is a job. What are we doing? We was we was like in middle school, but it was an experience. Stuff like that you don't forget. I sure didn't forget it. But do y'all think do y'all feel like she's being 100% honest with how strict she say her mom was, or y'all do y'all think she was adding something on to it? And it's a reason why I'm asking y'all that question. I wonder if y'all could figure it out. Why do y'all think I'm asking y'all that question? Let's see who can answer that while I finish playing the clip. But do y'all think she was? That's the first part of it. Do y'all think she was being completely honest? Do y'all think she was exaggerating? And why do you feel that way? Put that in the chat, y'all, while I play. Myla, look, Myla on it.
What's y'all opinions about that? I really want to know.
Hold on, let me go back some. I want y'all to hear that part again for that other clip.
People coming to, like, people don't even come knock on the door and introduce themselves no more. I remember back in the day, I couldn't go nowhere unless my mama met you, got a copy of your license plate, got a copy of the picture of your car, know where you worked at, know your name, know your whole family, know everything. Okay? I couldn't leave the house. What's y'all opinions about that? I really want to know how y'all feeling about that, because I don't know. I'm just the no mom. No. It's so much going on these days. You just never know who you sending your kid off to, who's going to be in that house, what kind of company they have around at their home, what kind of things they're doing in their home, habits that they have that you don't want around your children, what their children are doing that your children don't know anything about. Because nowadays, kids are learning through other children certain things. So, I don't know. Y'all tell me y'all thoughts.
Okay, I didn't want to say the other clip, but I see what y'all saying in the chat. Let me go up a little bit. Hold up. So Miss Shani said, hold on, let me go up just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, y'all. Hold on. Okay, let's start here. So tell me something good. Say she was definitely exaggerating. She was living with a grown man at 16. If her mom did all that, how was she ever with Sleepy enough to get to move in? To move it. What is that? Move in what point? So I agree. That was what I was getting at. I was trying to see if y'all was gonna catch on, because it is another part to that also. Mind you, not only was she 16, but Sleepy was in his 20s. She was 16, he was in his 20s. So how is that possible, ma'am? How was it if your mom did all of those things to restrict you? because she was that strict. How was it possible for you to be dealing with a grown man at 16? Because if you look at their age difference now, he almost 40 and she in her early 30s. They almost 6, 7 years apart. So if she was 16, then how old was he? Like make it make sense. That's a little crazy to me, but I don't know about that. But yeah, that's what she said, y'all. And like I said, she said it back in 2022 also. We're gonna get to that clip next. Um, beyond comparison, I believe it probably part of the reason she was combative and moved out at an early age. See, I was about to say that also. Shout out to you for that. Because that can also make a child want to leave home. And keep in mind, she lived with her dad for a very large portion of her younger years. She moved. I don't know what age she moved out. If I'm not mistaken, on a clip she said that she moved. Was it high school? Did she go back? Yeah, she said she moved back to her dad when she got in high school because she went to Rocky Mount High. If y'all remember, that was what she said, right? So I'm guessing that's when she started dealing with Sleepy when, she got back with her dad because that's where he was living too. So she had to be like 15, 16 when she first met him, like 15, 16. So it's given that her mom probably was the strict one, her daddy wasn't. And that's what probably made her want to move with her dad because that can make a child want to leave home early. It can. So Nene said, I think she's over exaggerating because she did so much wrong as a teenager, but my parents were very strict. A boy better not ring that doorbell. And oh my God, I did it with my kids. Y'all, listen. And that's why our parents always say, you're going to see later on when you start having your own children. And it's true. It's true. Because sometimes our children be our karma. It be happening like that sometimes. She's been having babies since middle school, exaggerating. No, she had her first one, I think, at what, 19, if I'm not mistaken? I think she said she was 19 when she had her oldest child. You said her mama wasn't strict at all. She lived with a grown man. Okay, so now, like I said, now that I think about it, y'all, it's possible that her mom was strict and her daddy wasn't. Because keep in mind, she left her mom and moved back with her daddy in North Carolina. So it's possible she was strict, and that's probably why she left. Let's see. Gemini says she's doing what she do best, and that's lie. But it is also possible too that she still exaggerates because in the other clip I'm about to play, she said her mama took the door off of the hinges. Like she couldn't even close the door; she took it completely off. Now I've heard of people doing that, but on some old school ish, like not. I'm talking about real old school ish, not her age old school. She's still fairly young, but it is possible, but she went in on that other clip. Y'all gonna hear it. Like she went in with the stuff she was saying. Um, no more drama. Say she heard that from Pete's mom. She said she asked for a driver's license, took pic of car and license plate, etc. That before her kids would go anywhere with anyone. Do you have that clip? Anybody got that clip? If you got that clip of Peach McIntyre, is that her last name? I think. If you got if you got that clip of Peach, send it to me. Send it to me in my messenger. That would be crazy if she said the exact same thing. That would be crazy. Didn't she say that was the wait, didn't she say that she was held as a teenager? She did say that. She did say that at one point. So and it could be why, because a lot of times kids become rebellious when they got a strict parent. Like, oh, you want to be strict? I'm finna go up out that window. It's possible. Hey, Miss Cassandra. Hey, Miss Jessica. Pac, until she turned the twins' car seat correctly, I can't take her serious. Listen, and get some neck cushions at least, baby, because that ain't safe. That is not safe, child. Exaggerating because how she living with Deshaun at 17. Now I don't know if she was living with Deshaun at 16, y'all, but she said she met him at 16. So I don't know if she was actually she was living with him at some point. She did say that, but she didn't say the exact age that she was at. Now she said she met him, they started dating when she was 16, which is still too young for a man that's in his 20s. Because I remember her saying on one clip it was high school puppy dog love. No, that wasn't. That wasn't high school puppy dog love, baby. That man was grown. If he was in high school when she was in high school, I want to know something. That must mean he failed a bunch of times. He must have failed. Like, what? But you know what? I feel like I can't say too much, y'all, when it comes to dating older guys. Because my cheering daddy was 4 years older than me. Okay. So this is a transparent moment, y'all. He was 4 years older than me. Um, but I can say I wasn't dealing with him when I was no 16. Okay. I met him when I was 17, almost 18 years old. And he was 22, I think. I think he was like 22 because he was 4 years older than me. So I'm born in 88, he born in 84. Yep. So, hmm yep. Because I remember dating him and I went to prom with somebody totally different. Transparent moment. Listen, I had a whole boyfriend and I went to prom with a football player, like, but it was like a little cover up child. Like, let me go. I mean, I'm going to prom with two because this older guy I can't bring him to prom. So yeah, we ain't doing that. Y'all, that's why I say I can't do too much, but I ain't gonna but 16 and 20 something, that's crazy. That's crazy. I was almost 18. I was almost 18, even though I still wasn't grown. But yeah. I feel like that happened a lot back in the day. It happened a lot back in the day. Um, Let me see. She's lying and the truth ain't in her. How was she able to be sleeping? Her supporters so darn close she could tell them anything. Listen to say I think she wished for that life where her mother and dad did something like that for her. But we know it didn't happen. She had a baby at the age of 50. No, she didn't, y'all. She had her first child when she was 19. Because if y'all look at her she didn't post the bird like when she posts like her birthday shout out for her oldest son. She done said it in a few posts that she was 19 when she had her oldest son. So she met him at 16. That's how the story goes. She said she met him at 16, even though it's still wrong, y'all. It's still wrong to be 16 dealing with a 20-some-year-old. Just like I gotta take my lick, y'all. I gotta take my lick. It's still wrong being 17 dealing with a 22-year-old. So I ain't gonna say too much on that because I was there. I was there, y'all. I'm being transparent. Like I was there. I was there. But I could also say this too, though. I could also say this. I didn't. This is TMI, but I didn't break my virginity until I was 18. So if that counts for something, then hopefully that counts for something. Because I was real, like I didn't play that. I wasn't one of them, baby. I wouldn't consider myself to be fast because I feel like most girls break their virginity when they like 15, 16, it, some 14. Child, they got some people that had babies at 13. Like I waited till I was 18 years old before I broke my virginity. And that was a personal choice. Like he had to wait, baby. He had to wait. So that I can say that makes a difference for me, you know. Love me for real. Say my and I had my oldest. I got pregnant with my oldest son when I was 19. I had him at 20. My oldest son got pregnant at 19. Had him at 20, and then 5 years later had my middle son. 5 years after that, I had him. Love me for real. Say my mother raised seven by herself without my dad being there, and we turned out to be respectful kids. But now the moms are young and the grandparents are young. Who raising who? Yep. And them, listen, they don't want to babysit. None of that. Like them young grandmas that's in their late 30s, early 40s, baby, they are not babysitting. You gonna keep your own cheering. You gonna keep your own cheering. At this point, she just start going back, listening to her old videos before she posts a new one to make sure she isn't making herself. I agree. And that's because that's how we were able to rebuttal so much of her content. Like she will literally say something different past videos and then say something past video and then later on it's something completely different. That was really how we was able to rebuttal a lot of her content. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me turn on my baby tab. She at her grandma. All right, let me see. Go down. Catch up in the comments before I start playing this next tip for y'all. You said she lying. She's trying to act like she. Y'all gotta send me that clip. I never seen that. Now I have seen a few people say. I remember when she was real heavy on Melody. Melody from what is it called, y'all? Whatever that show is called, Melody Sheree or whatever. She was like copying her a lot early in the saga. Now y'all saying it's Peach, but I haven't seen any clips. I do know that Peach had posted, and I showed y'all this on a past live. It was something where Peach had posted a what was it? It was a post on Facebook that like on your stove, and Peach shared it. I showed y'all that a couple lives ago. Hold on, y'all. King, come see. I need my baby to warm my coffee. Don't forget her lover boy in prison. Oh, I forgot about him. Put it on a minute. Just a minute, okay? And don't forget it in there. Make sure you bring it back to me. Yeah, he was. I forgot. I would have to ask Latia about him, y'all. I forgot. I forgot all about him. She was concerned about the twins being at Booker Boy house without her or Lala. Let me go down. I was 17 and couldn't sit in the living room with the lights off. Oh wow, that is crazy. I remember growing up, like we had, back in the day, we didn't have like cell phones and stuff. I don't remember getting a cell phone until I was in high school. I think ninth grade is when I first got my first cell phone. But we had a house phone. We had the wall phone, child. We had to be off that wall phone for 8:30. 8:30 during the week, 9:30 on the weekend. My daddy did not play. And you ain't want to stand up on the phone for too long anyway. Who wanna not be? We didn't have you know how they had those cordless phones at one point? We didn't have that at first. It was that wall phone plugged up. And we had to be off that mode. Baby said I had to come out the bushes for this one. Ain't no way her mom was so strict if she said Sleepy got mad at her when he seen her pick up her. Shout out to you for that, JB. Cause she sure did. Y'all remember she said, now thank JB for that. Because okay, that changes the game, y'all. That changes the game. Because at that time, she was still with her mama. Remember when she exposed Sleepy and she said that Sleepy got mad, shout out to JB, when he seen her MySpace and she let me pull it up. Hold up. Oh, wait, I might have deleted that clip. I think I did. Dang. I think I deleted it. I would have to go on TikTok and find it, y'all. If y'all want me to pull it up, let me know. I could pull it up to let y'all hear it. But she sure did say that. She said that Sleepy had seen some, like she had an airbrush shirt of a boy she was dealing with when she was like 13, 14 or something like that. And Sleepy seen it. So if you met Sleepy at 16, then you was, and she said that was a old picture. Like she was dating well before that. So yeah, couldn't have been that strict. Not if we can get shirts airbrushed and all of that. Going places with friends. And, yeah. Hey Tanya. Okay, let me see. Let me go down. Hey, I feel like I ain't gonna never get to the bottom of the comments. Thank you, Miss Felton. I appreciate you, my love. Pete's mom said that months ago when her and Pete was going back and forth. Okay, if somebody could find that clip, send it to me, y'all. If you can find it, send it to me. Remember, she said Sister told her it was okay for her to hang with her friends. Yeah, I remember that too. Okay, thank you, bub. Don't slam my door. Close it. She got to teach all the time. Peace have a similar bouncy house. I remember her saying when he allowed her to go with her friends, she was living with him. Yep, I remember that. I remember that. But I don't know if that was at 16 though, y'all. Because like I said she met him at 16. I don't know if she's. I don't think she started. I don't think Walt let her go live with a boy at 16. I don't think that. That's just my opinion. But she did say she met him at 16. I'm gonna play the clip because I got it right here. That's one of the clips also. Okay, let me go down. And hey to everybody that's coming in, y'all please hit that like button for me, okay? Tell me something good. Say, Lupac, I'm sure you were way more mature at 17 and old. I was, y'all. I was really mature. I had a job at 17. I had a job. And like I said, I didn't break my virginity until I was 18 years old. I didn't play that. That's something that I want. And even now, I try to tell it to my oldest son, like, just wait. You don't have to rush. You don't have stuff like, I feel like a lot of these kids be under so much pressure. The peer pressure is at an all-time high, and it be some follow the leader type stuff. Like, oh, they doing it, it's cool. Let me know. I was never that type of person when I was growing up. No, I was a leader, baby. I didn't play that. I didn't play that. We ain't breaking virginities for fun around here. No, ma'am. I had my son at 17 years. He is 21 now, and I'm 38, and I love having my 1-year-old grandbaby. Okay, I love that because it's a lot of women that's still in their 30s and they do not want to babysit. They don't want to babysit. Okay, and I feel like it be the ones that be having a lot of kids back to back. Though it be that type. Um, Love me for real. Say Lupac be crying out for help. Her supporters don't support the truth about her. They only support her bad behavior and lies. Well, I agree with that. They do. It's a bunch of enablers. It's a whole bunch of enablers. Okay, let me see. Because you crack me up when you be calling them sleeping out on you. You said like is their real name. Look, we gotta give nicknames, child. Hey Angel. You say just coming in. Hey y'all. Melody from Love and Marriage Huntsville. I couldn't think of the name of that for nothing. Excited. Exited her marriage and kept it classy. When she needed to handle the fool of an ex-husband, she took the legal route pure class. Yep. I'll never forget that read she gave his the one he cheated with. What is was it Ariel? She read her down, baby. I still got that video in my phone. Okay, y'all, let's get to I was trying to get to the bottom of the comments now. Let's play the next clip. Okay, so y'all heard that one. Like I said, that's the one that she did today. She posted that one today. So hold on. Now, mind you, in the clip, as you can remember, she's basically asking her audience, her supporters, what would y'all do? And that's why I got in my caption. Now she's constantly asking the internet how to parent her kids. Because why do if you felt like your parents were that strict, right, and you following into those footsteps, why would you need to ask complete strangers what should you do? Just like in this next clip I'm about to play for y'all, where she was asking her supporters if she should let her oldest son go stay with the daddy. Let's play that one. Like, why? Who does that? What? I wish I would ask somebody to help me parent my children or make decisions. That's a major decision. Oh, I don't want to look like a bad mom. Bump a bad mom. You got to do what's best for your children, period. But it makes me think back to when she would ask Dawn to talk to Lala for her. See, all of that comes to mind. And it shows like she I feel like you can have a lot of children and still not know how to be a parent. It takes effort. Even though our maternal instincts kick in when we have a baby, but it still takes effort. It takes time. It takes patience. All of that when it comes to having kids. But the fact that she's constantly asking her audience what they would do, as if she needs their input to decide what she's gonna do for her children. And then when we go back and think about when uh Walt told Lala that what she gonna do if her mama don't come back home because she loved Janelle so much, and then Lala texts her mama and asks her, "Are you gonna leave us for Janelle?" That is imagine your child asking you that, and then she had to get Dawn to explain to her why she wasn't gonna leave. Like what? Or explain to her daughter why that she at work and this. You need to tell her that you're the mother. All right, let's run this clip. Look here, him, child Hamden text me from her grandma's phone, y'all. She want to come home tomorrow. My children don't stay nowhere long. Like they might go for a day or two, but baby, they ready to come home. Ham just went over there yesterday. She went to her little cousin birthday party, and now she ready to come back. I'm shocked she ain't come back today with my other son. Like, I'm ready to come home.
I also want to do content about, like, for instance, Deshaun.
Can y'all hear it good? I want to make sure the sound is good. Is it loud enough? Because I can go up on the volume some if it's low. Is it good, y'all? Let me get about 3 ones in the chat to let me know the sound is good. Y'all can understand what she's saying. Get about 3 ones in the chat. Okay, Miss Jackie said yes. Hey, Miss Brenda. Okay, it's good. All right. All right, let's back it up a little bit. She said, I want to do content on Deshaun wants to get our oldest son. Did we see any content being done on that? Because it looked like he living with his daddy now. Where's the content? I think she just needed that as a conversation starter to ease it onto her audience. That way, when it actually happened, nobody can say anything. That's what I think.
I also want to do content about, like, for instance, Deshaun wants to get Joshua now that he's going into high school. And I'm like, as a mom, I've been like, I don't know if I want to do that. But then I'm thinking, like, okay, my son is a black boy. Okay, I'm not married. And who better else to, raise him to be the best man he could possibly be than his father? But then I'm like, I got this. I can do this by myself. But then it's like, it's rare that a man asks his, especially when it comes to boys, ask for their sons. So it's like, maybe I just should. And it's not like I'm not gonna ever see him in life again. I don't know. What would y'all do? Would y'all let your son go be with his father? Lauren, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking about yes.
Y'all heard that too? That little part kind of snuck in when she was asking her audience what would they do? Would y'all let y'all son go stay with his father? Lala said yes. She ready to get rid of him. So that's my thing. Like, that's interesting because that was another conversation we had a while back. It's like, a lot of times when you separate siblings who've been together all their lives, they don't want to be separated. The fact that she hurry up and answered that shows that that's interesting. Let me just say that. Because why? Why was she so adamant about her brother leaving and going to stay with their dad in a whole nother state? Granted, siblings do have little tiffs, they have their little fusses and fights and don't get I know mine. Okay, like I said, all mine are years apart. Ham and my oldest son is 10 years apart. When I tell y'all they fuss and fight like crazy as siblings, but they love each other still. Ain't nobody else gonna mess with them. They protective too. So, and I couldn't see one of them wanting the other one to go stay with somebody else. Like, it wouldn't happen. They just like that. But that was interesting. When I heard Lala Herfer say, yep. When she said, would you allow your son to go stay with his dad? She said, yep. Like, she want him gone. But it made me think back to some things that were said in the saga that we gonna not discuss on this live, child. But yeah, that was interesting.
I'm talking to you. I'm talking about yes. Would y'all let them go be with their daddy? Let him raise him to be a man? I would let him get him. Sons need a father influence.
And in my opinion, with Lauren saying that basically told me too that it is more to the story. It ain't just, oh, I'm sending him to meet his daddy because he's going to high school and he into girls. It's definitely more to the story as to why he's staying with his dad.
Around that age, you've done a great job so far, but fathers are so important at this age. Yeah, because he's like so into girls. Oh my God, he's so into girls, and he's starting to feel himself. And I'm like, oh, sounds like a good opportunity. I don't know because I'll be crying, girl. I'll be crying back and forth. I'll be like, oh my God, no, it's good. Then I'm like, he's going into ninth grade.
Child, why she lying? Talking about she been crying back and forth. Girl, you know you was ready to get rid of that boy. Like, it be the lies. It be the gaslighting for me. Come on now. You know that boy been giving you trouble, giving you problems. Which is, it's not a not normal type of thing. Sometimes that happens sometimes, especially with boys. It happen with girls too. You know, they be sometimes the girls be wanting to smell themselves too, but it's not like it's not normal where a child starts being rebellious. That happens. So I don't know why she trying to, and that's the stuff I be talking about. Let's not pretend. If you're gonna be transparent. Like keep it above. Your supporters can relate to you way more. I guarantee you, if she would have got on there and said what it really is, her supporters would have been still supportive because they support her through everything, child. They enable all the behavior. So I don't think they would have been, you know, dismissive or on some, oh no, I would never do that. That you a bad mama. No, they definitely ain't gonna say that. Um, he would still be into girls at his dad house. Exactly. And what can he do to stop? Ain't that the goal? Like, what can he do to stop? That's why I said she didn't. I feel like she told them what she wanted them to hear, but she wasn't being completely honest. It's more to it than that. Shout out to you for that comment because it's still gonna happen at the daddy house. What you think you gonna send him over there and he gonna not be into girls? No, he's still gonna be into girls. It ain't nothing too much more that the dad can do. Of course, he can teach him how to be a man, but it's a lot of women that raise sons and they turn out to be great men at the end of the day. They don't have a dad that that'll take them or whatever. But I still don't see nothing wrong with it, y'all. And that's just my opinion. I don't see nothing wrong with her allowing her son to go live with the dad. And the reason why I say that is because I don't see nothing wrong with Momo going living with RH either. So, I can't say, oh, it's okay for Momo to go stay with her daddy and it's not okay for the son to go stay with his. No, I feel like as parents, we made that child together. So we should be mutually responsible. And if I need you to take him off my hands for a little bit because he cutting the hell up, then you should be able to do that. Period. That's just me. Some might have a difference of opinion, but that's just me personally. I don't see nothing wrong with it, but I see something wrong in her not being completely transparent because then you make people look at you differently because ain't nobody crazy. You really think people believe in that the only reason why you sending him with his dad is because he into girls? Like what? That's why some people are saying that you just dumping your son off or you don't want your son no more because that's not a valid enough reason. Or just say you don't want to share. That's another thing, but don't just lie about it when people can see through BS. Just say, he been giving me some problems and I don't care to share on social media. That's it. That's how you keep it above. And people just have to take it. Take that. She never loved me for real. Say she never get held accountable for her own action. Her supporters support her foolishness. Now they tired of her throwing them under the bus. Slow at that. Y'all, they don't. They really don't. They gonna hold RH accountable though. Oh, every step of the way, dude. They gonna hold him accountable. But her, child bye. All right. So y'all, this clip right here, Ninja, in my Cat Williams voice. This is from 2022, you guys. I want to say November 2022. This was maybe like a month after her and RH separated, right? 3 years ago. This is the very same live stream. If y'all remember, and I'm gonna play that clip also because I have that clip in its entirety. Remember the conversation that she had on live where she was saying, I had the camera, I was looking at the camera and I seen my son cover going like this. Now, if y'all notice, the clip that's been floating around is a very short clip. I have the whole clip, the whole thing she said on live, right? And this clip right here that I'm about to play is a part of that live stream also. So after I play this one, I'll play the other one. I had to go in the vault for this, y'all. Hold on.
You keep me motivated. Love you too, girl. Your mama ain't doing my mama. First of all, my mama was strict. I cannot go on a date with a guy without her having a picture of his life.
Okay, keep in mind, y'all. Like I said, this what she's saying right here. This happened in 2022, November 2022. The first clip I played was present day today. So this is a 3-year difference, right? And she's saying it, but this is the first time she said it. She said it again on the other clip, but this one she said a little more.
My mama was strict. I cannot go on a date with a guy without her having a picture of his license, a picture of him, a picture of his license plate, a picture of his car, where his mama and where his daddy worked. Yeah, my mama was strict. My mama was very strict. I couldn't go nowhere. She had to have all the information. Your mama name, your daddy name, your mama number, your daddy number, where we going, what time we coming back. My mama was that parent. And I'm slowly but surely falling into her steps. I only let my kids go do sleepovers. Like,
There we go. Now we finna get into the sleepover conversation, y'all. Peep it.
no. They can't delete it. Nope. I didn't have a camera in my room, but I didn't have a door on my room either. I didn't have a door. Did not have a door. My mama took my door off the hinges. No privacy whatsoever. Right. Me too. Been her done.
My thing is, if you notice how she said that with so much certainty, like for sureness. You know what I'm saying? Like so matter of fact, it's like my kids can't even have sleepovers. I got cameras in their room. Like she on some. I'm real strict when it come to my kids. But now you're asking your audience their advice when it comes to decisions about your kids. Like what? It's not given. It ain't given. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you that parent or you don't know for sure? You don't know how to parent because this is a different. If you notice, this tone is completely different from the other one. She was saying it as if I ain't asking y'all for your advice. They can't do it. And in the other clip, present day is what would you guys do? Would y'all let y'all kids do that? Like I don't know because I'm a. But she was certain she ain't letting them do it here back in 2022, baby. Let's run it back a little bit. No sleepovers.
Did not have a door. My mama took my door my room either. I didn't have a door. Did not have a door. My mama took my door off the hinges. No privacy whatsoever.
I don't think I went back far enough. That's good.
Right. Me too. Been her done because there's a lot going on in this world to not be protected. Hey, Jazzy. Your mama took your door too. See, y'all mama cared about y'all. Y'all mama cared about y'all. I ain't had no door. I didn't have no TV in my room. I can only watch TV in the living room because my mama said I was being too private in my room. Like she didn't like me being in my room. She's like, you been in your room too much. So if you want to watch TV, you got to come watch TV with me in the living room. You got to come where I can see you. So I didn't have a TV in my room. I ain't had no door. I ain't have listen.
Imagine this is where it gets a little contradicting. Okay. Imagine you saying you're that strict, right? Imagine that. You slowly but surely evolving into your mom and how she was with you. No, we couldn't have no door on the hinge, no TV in the room. You had cameras in your cheering room. You say they can't have no sleepovers. Imagine being that, but you dressed the way you dress in front of your boy, and I mean exposing yourself to your girls also. But you have your boobs out, you have the booty cheeks out, like your sons can see that, your daddy can see that. You in an abusive relationship, they're exposed to that toxicity. It's contradicting. Wouldn't y'all say? Isn't that contradicting to be that way, but then say you're this way when it comes to strictness in parenting? That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me because how can you be a strict like that? Child, you would mess your child completely up being like that. Like, let's keep it above. How can you be a strict parent and stand on business when it comes to parenting? That's why I feel like it's cap. What she's saying is cap. Now I ain't gonna say it's 100% cap. I do feel like she's protective over them to a certain extent, not 100%, but a certain extent, just like a base level maternal instinct type protection. But the way she's putting off, I think that's cap. I don't think she gives them that much attention and time to be that protected. I don't see it. That's just my opinion. Based on what's presented, the things that have been put on the internet, all of it. I don't see it. And when I like I said, when I look at her and the way she dressed in front of her boys, it's like with all those things comes self respect. Like if you want to dress, you want to be dressed revealing, you want to show your body parts, cool. But around your kids, that's something I could never respect. And it ain't just her. It's a lot of socialites that do that, and I don't respect it. To me, that's not cool. Yeah, dress like that when you with your man and y'all going somewhere, but if he okay with it, because some men okay with it and some not okay with their woman being so revealing. But in front of your growing teenage boys, that's crazy to me. In front of your dad, like I could never do that, y'all. I'm sorry, I could never do that. But it gives very much contradicting because you're in a very very toxic relationship that y'all break up look like once a week, every 2 to 3 business days. And the kids are definitely exposed to that. So how do you even have time to be that strict? How? Your kids still have social media pages. She said she deleted all social media pages. That's a lie. That's a lie. And I'm gonna just say that. They still all have social media pages. So it ain't giving what she wanted to give. Let me just say that. It definitely ain't giving that.
Strict.
All right. So this clip, like I said, all of this was in the same live stream, y'all. The one where it was a very small clip floating around where she said, my son is a Scorpio, y'all freaky as hell, and I seen my son cover. All that was in the same, but like I said, I have the entirety of that clip. So y'all gonna hear a little more when it comes to that. All right, that's right.
Scorpios are loyal. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, I ain't never really. I can't say whether y'all loyal or not. I don't know. Y'all freaky as hell though. My son, I got cameras in all my kids' rooms. Nobody had privacy. And I was on my camera and I seen my son with his blanket going like this. I was like, oh my gosh. Don't tell me I gotta have this conversation with him at this young. Like, why are you watching porn at this young? He said kids at school was talking about it and they told him. I'm just like,
Oh,
see,
there we go. Hold up, y'all. Okay, so hey to everybody that's coming in. Hey, discussion board. Hey, Carly. Shout out to y'all. Okay, so y'all notice how, like I said, the clip that had been floating around in the saga, it stopped at the point where she said, "Why are you talking about P? I mean, why are you watching PORN at this young? Don't tell me I have this conversation with you at this young." So now we're gonna get into what the son told her. Okay? So y'all, I'm giving y'all a little something here. Never before heard. I don't think y'all heard this before, unless I played. I don't think I played this before. It's possible. Um, she couldn't make up an excuse enough to be feasible to why she wants to give the boy away. He's not a nuisance, and I'm sure he didn't ask her to do that for him. I'm pretty sure he didn't want to leave. Like, especially when you don't have that bond with that parent because he was absent. So it's probably like a foreign type situation for him. She can say he's always been involved, but it's one thing to be around and another thing to be involved. Don't let that go over your head. Like, it's a difference. You can be around, meaning accessible. Like I could talk to you whenever I need or every blue moon. But RH was there. They can't take that away from him. They tried to, but according to memories, the pictures, the videos, he was the one that was there. And according to her, because she had him, she didn't need the baby daddy. That was her voice, verbatim. She said that. So, it is what it is. All right, now let's get into this, y'all.
Kids at school was talking about it.
Let me go back some. Hold on.
Don't tell me I gotta have this conversation with him at this young. Like, why are you watching porn at this young?
Stop it. Hold up. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Hold up.
Yeah, I ain't never really. I can't say whether y'all lawyer or not. I don't know. Y'all freaky as hell though. My son, I got cameras in all my kids' rooms. Nobody had privacy. And I was on my camera and I seen my son with his blanket going like this. I was like, oh my gosh. Don't tell me I gotta have this conversation with him at this young. Like, why are you watching porn at this young? He's
My thing is too, something I never thought about when hearing this clip is, so basically she's saying she's seen him jerking the chicken, right? And then she said, don't tell me I have to have this conversation with him at this young. Why are you watching PORN at this young? But how did PORN even come into the conversation with you seeing him jerking his chicken? Like, y'all get what I'm saying? Like, how did that even make sense? Like, maybe they had a conversation about it. I mean, because she about to say more here, but why was that your first assumption? That's a natural thing for boys. Like, that's what they do, at different ages, starting young. That's what boys do.
the kids at school was talking about it and they told him, I'm just like, see, we can't even like protect our kids from certain stuff because other kids are exposed to other things. So then they go to school and then they tell.
She said he said that kids at school was talking about it, but you didn't catch him watching PORN. You caught him jerking the chicken. She said his cover was doing this. So it sounded like it's a piece of this conversation that's missing, y'all. But how did you go from that to that? And I never thought about that. And I didn't heard this clip so many times throughout the saga. But how did we get from this to that? Like, you didn't catch him. She said, I see his cover going like that. And then I asked him, why are you watching PORN at this young? That don't make sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but that don't make sense. Like, you caught him in an act. Did you catch him in an act or did you catch him watching PORN? Basically what I'm saying. But she said the kids at school told him about it.
Friends about it, not knowing that.
Now, mind you, this is the exact same son that she let go stay with the daddy because she said he's into girls now. So he was probably like 10 years old when this happened, y'all. He was like 10 years old when this happened. Okay? He's going on 15 now.
Y'all ain't even been exposed to that. But whatever. What can we do? Can't protect them from everything.
That's interesting. What can we do? We can't protect them from everything. But like I say, that is something that little boys do, grown men do, when they start wanting to learn their body and parts and stuff like that. We ain't gonna go too deep into that. But that's a natural thing. But the fact that you caught it on camera is what's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ain't never thought about putting no camera in my cheering room. That's crazy to me. I feel like when people do stuff like that, it automatically makes me feel like you got somebody in your home that you don't trust. Because that's a little too invasive of privacy for me. I'm sorry. Now, I can see if you got one in the kitchen, maybe the living room, just in case somebody break in outside your home. But bedrooms, that's too much. That is too much. And if I feel like if you get it for that reason, because you have somebody in your home that you iffy about, or whatever, then maybe you need to remove that person from your home instead of putting cameras. Like, who does that? How y'all? Okay, hey, what's up? Get money, Stephers. Hey, Miss Andy. Like, how do y'all feel about that? Like, why do y'all? And this, keep it a buck, y'all. That not just because it's her, because this is a real conversation, right? I want y'all to keep it a buck. Take her out the equation, okay? So, because I don't want y'all to be biased with y'all answer because y'all don't like it, okay? So take her out the equation. Why do y'all feel like somebody would need to put a camera in their kids' room? And we ain't talking about newborn babies where you got the camera, monitoring, making sure they sleeping right in their crib. That's different. We talking about preteen kids and teen kids. Why would that be needed? Let me know how y'all feel. Because that, to me, that my brain start thinking you got somebody in your home that you need to watch, or you secretly watching to make sure they ain't going to nobody's room, or a child that could possibly be doing that too. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But that's crazy to me. Like, I've never heard of that before. I've never heard of a parent putting cameras in their kids' room. Never, never. And I remember DW where they said she talked about it on her live. I still never got. I need to get those clips that she did where she was saying how she was talking about allowing you putting those cameras and how uncomfortable she felt because she had to go in the bathroom and dress and undress and this and that. And they try to make it seem, they try to force that on to RH and make it seem like he was the one doing it, but he didn't do that. She did it. You heard her say it. That's the crazy part. Why would you try to put that off on him when she said it out of her own mouth that she was the one who put, she said, I got cameras in all my kids' rooms. Don't nobody have no privacy. Like, what? It ain't like the kids are at the age where they sneaking boys and girls in the house. I don't know. That's weird to me. Kissy say, Walter. That's a little much. That's a little too much. My oldest son would be like, Mama, you done lost your mind, your entire mind. Okay? No, like that's a major invasion of privacy to me. Like that's a little too much. I can't do that. I wouldn't even feel right, monitoring my kids in their bed. Put some cameras outside the house. That's how you make sure. Because I feel like that would be the only thing you would need to see to make sure nobody is being snuck through the window. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could put cameras outside, but in the house, what you really trying to see? That's crazy to me, y'all. I don't get that. Like, I will never understand that aspect. Like, what are we really trying to see here? And like I said, if you got somebody in there that you feel like you need a monitor, then maybe you need to get them gone. Get rid of them. They don't need to be in your home. Like, that is crazy. Kenny, look, my oldest son just walked in. If I was to put camera in your room, how would you feel? Monitoring you. Like, that's an invasion of privacy, right? You ain't grown, but you older. Exactly. Like, that's the conversation none of your business, but that's the conversation we have. And like, why would a parent need to put a camera in their kid's room? Like, you know what I thought about? I instantly thought about you needing to watch, like, maybe it ain't the kids, maybe you trying to monitor somebody that that's possibly going into them rooms too. You know what I'm saying? You have what? I ain't never heard of that. Okay. Okay. Not a helicopter parent, child. My child done taught me something new, y'all. He say, oh, they got helicopter parents that where everywhere your child go, you trying to go to. That must be them very, very overprotective. I need to be in my child's skin type of parent. My son said helicopter parent. Okay. She knows her dad is not safe. Let me see. It's a real reason why she got camera in every room. I don't think she got it at this point, but she definitely had it when she had that big house. That's when she talked about it. That's when she that coin was coining, baby. Okay, the coin was coining. Cameras go in common areas. Yep, I agree. Like outside the home, like I say, possibly because my mom, she even has a camera in her living room, but she have it for her Yorkie. Like when she at work, she can see what her little that's her child. She can see what her child doing in there. Okay, but in the room, that's just like putting cameras in the bathroom or in the toilet. Child. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, so this last clip, y'all. This clip right here is from that co-parenting episode that her and Deshaun did. And in this one, you can hear her talking about, them meeting when she was 16. And after I finish this one, I'll go find the one where she was saying, she shout out to JB for that comment where she said, she had the boyfriend before Deshaun and she had the MySpace and the airbrush shirt with his face on it and all of that. I'll try to find out.
Yeah, the internet, man. The internet is crazy.
Okay,
Man,
so I
the
met you when
world.
I was 16. When I was going to senior high. I met him when I was 16, and it was puppy dog love, and we had 3 babies, and I was crazy. Well, not Shine.
Yeah, crazy. The
I,
thing,
She said she was 16. She met him when she was 16. She said when she was going to high school. And she said it was puppy dog love. That's not puppy dog love when a man is 6, 7, 8 years older than you. That's not, that's more like robbing the cradle, okay? That ain't puppy dog love, my baby. It's not that. It ain't that. Puppy dog love is when y'all both 14, 14 and he 15, or you 15 and he 14. That's puppy dog love. Y'all in the same grade, or maybe one grade, he in the grade above you. You in the ninth, he in the 10th, right? It ain't puppy dog love when the big homie picking you up from school in his Buick LeSabre with rims and the bass in the trunk. That's not. And all the girls and the football team is wondering who is that old dude that's picking up a ninth grader. No, that's not that. That ain't that. Not the big homie from around the block. No, that ain't puppy dog love. Okay, let me run it back just a little bit. She said it was puppy dog love. We had 3 cheering. I thought he was gonna be with me forever. That's how you know she really did believe that a baby could keep a man. Clock that, y'all. She read her mind. She really thought, and I think it carried over into her adulthood also because she kept having cheering for these men. 3 for the first one for RH, and now 2 for Janasha. And you had problems in every single relationship. None of them worked out, and this one is barely working out. So that should be a lesson learned that children will not keep a man around. If you already got problems in that relationship, those problems will continue, especially if they're not kid related problems. They are relationship related problems. So kids won't solve that issue for you.
internet, man. The internet is crazy.
And you can't force it either. Because y'all remember the last video Neo Taro did, she said that uh it was some hoodoo going on. What's up, Martha Blanca? She said it was some hoodoo. She said that somebody is over there uh playing with stuff, trying to bind him. That's what Neo Taro said, y'all. She said somebody is trying to bind him in that relationship to keep him there. She can see it in his energy. And she said he also be having people reading cards for him. trying to see, what's what with his life and what's gonna happen. And I could believe it when it comes to him because he's real big into manifestation. And manifestation too is also a part of the hoodoo family. A lot of people don't know that, but it is. It is.
Okay,
Man,
so I
that's
met you when I
real.
was 16. When I was going to senior high. I met him when I was 16, and it was puppy dog love, and we had 3 babies, and I was crazy when I shine.
Yeah, crazy. But
I
thank
thought
God for
if I
real.
have 3 babies, he gonna be with me forever. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, having that
Yeah,
young dumb brain, but it wasn't always like this, y'all. We was not perfect. Okay, when we broke
right,
up, I
right.
was heartbroken, and I went and moved to Detroit, right?
Yeah, yeah, you moved to Detroit, yup.
Falling out.
Hmm, that's interesting. She said they broke up. He moved to Detroit. And on the other clip, because I didn't put the other one up here, but on the other clip, part of this conversation, um, she was like, "You don't feel like I'm difficult?" And he said, "Not now." And she was like, "Not now." He mean it when he say not now, he's talking about because when we first broke up, I felt like he moved on too fast and she was giving him problems. And it makes you wonder because I really feel like when she first got with RH, she was still in love with that baby daddy. Because if y'all remember, the videos where she was exposing the baby daddy on social media, RH didn't know that was going on. She was with RH and married to RH when she was doing that. That was the first year of their marriage. And RH was like, I didn't even see none of this until the breakup. When all of it, everybody started exposing everything and the videos started dropping when they was, going through the separation because he did an interview about it. RH did an interview about it, and he was saying how he didn't know she would be in their room on live crying and doing videos about her ex. He didn't know none of that. So I feel like that she trauma bonds from each relationship she goes into. She'll use this man to get over the next. And then boom, here we have Janostrals barely 2 months out of her separation. October, they separated. January, she was with Janostrals. That is crazy. Ain't no way in hell you jumping into a relationship that fast saying that you went through A, B, and C. Ain't no way. That is crazy. When you really went through an abusive situation, baby, you don't want to see another man. You don't want to see another man. All men are ill, ill. Get away from me, ill. That's how that's how you looking at men when you done been through something. Like you really need that time to heal. But when it's connected to trauma and you are codependent, you just have to have a man. That's what she gives. She gives that to me, that she has to have a man around. And I say that for a reason, not to just be judgmental. I say that based on what I've seen, based on her videos. Like she literally did a whole live stream when she was pregnant. Her and Janelle had just broken up. She had just exposed him on the internet. And she just couldn't get it together. She was crying. She was asking for prayer warrior. She was saying how she was like a robot in front of her kids trying to keep it together. And y'all know I didn't spoke on that before. I'm real big on it because I feel like your kids are supposed to be your peace, your happy place, your motivation. They keep you pushing with any and everything that you got going on. You look to them for that peace, that love. That type of love you can't get nowhere else. When it comes to your babies, that type of love is incomparable. Like can't nobody give you that type of love. That's who you go to when you're going through it. That's what you cling on to. Your love from your kids. That's how I look at it. Like if you got your kids, you can get through anything because you know they're dependent on you. You know they're dependent on you for their to be happy. They're dependent on you for their peace and all of that. Their mental health to be straight, especially in the home because it's enough. It's so much peer pressure in school. These kids is like doing the most. You got to make sure they good at home. So, so imagine being in a toxic home and then you go to school and you got to deal with the peer pressure, the bullying, all of that. Y'all don't think when her babies now, let's get into a different conversation, right? So I remember her saying that hold on, y'all. I remember her saying how, matter of fact, let me pull that clip up. Hold up, give me a second. Because this is major to me. I remember her saying how she shields her kids and how she did so good with keeping them um, away from the social media drama and stuff. But my thing is, you probably can say you keep them away from social media, but it's hard to keep kids 100% away from social media, even though I feel like that's a lie, because like I said, all her kids still got social media. They still on some platform. Let me just say that. But thinking you can shield them, y'all think about all the stuff that this girl has been through, been in on the internet since 2022. The stuff with her ex-husband, the stuff with Janelle, the exposing, the live streams, the crash outs, the crying, all of that. You really think her kids ain't seen none of that? Or no, she's a public figure with millions of followers on different platforms. You really think not one peer of those kids, at least the oldest son, didn't come to him at school at one point in time, or at least a few, one or a few, and say, "Hey, what your mama got going on social media? Or why your mama dressed like that? Why she always showing all her body?" Like kids talk about stuff like that. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised the conversations that they have. So think about it, y'all. Like I said, she's a public figure with millions of followers. You mean to tell me them kids ain't never had nobody that came try to mess with them based on the stuff they mama do on the internet? This is why I don't do nothing on the internet. I always consider my kids. Now, granted, when before you start having kids, you might cut up a little bit on social media or whatever. But once you start having kids, you gotta move different. Shout out to Cash Doll, because I remember her doing an interview with Shannon Sharp, and he was asking her about her scene in BMF, with her sex scene in BMF, and he was like, "Would you do it again? Would you ever do another one?" And she said, "No." She said, "I did that before I had my two kids." She said, "Granted, it was a different type of experience, but she said I move differently now that I'm a mom. She said I would never do another sex scene because of my kids. I'm very mindful of what I put into the atmosphere, what can affect them moving forward. And that's how it should be with all parents, because their little mental health needs to be protected, especially when they're kids. They don't possess what we possess as adults to control and handle our mental health. You have to help them with theirs. That's why so many kids unaliving themselves due to peer pressure. They can't handle it. They cannot handle it. Some stronger than others, but it's a lot, y'all. That's a lot. And I feel like people need to be mindful. You are crazy to think that your kids will not be affected by your behavior on social media at some point in time, especially when you're a public figure. It's a difference if you got 1,000, 2,000 followers, but you got millions of followers. This behavior will follow you for the rest of your life. That is crazy to be known for those things. That is, I would never want that. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me pull this clip up. I don't know which one it is, so we just gonna run them.
If you lose yourself in that relationship, you kind of take a back seat in your things that you're doing.
Now, mind you, this clip right here, y'all, she was pregnant with the twins. This was at the end of her pregnancy. Her and Janelle had just broke up. They had just broke up. So this was at the end of her pregnancy. They had just broke up.
And then even in this pregnancy journey, I had to take a back seat in my journey as well because of being high risk and other things that I can't discuss health wise. But I got a lot on my plate. Me too. And so gearing up with not knowing, but as the doctors check on me weak spirit, but still can't avoid everything. Like, what do you mean don't be stressed? What do you mean limit preaching and talking to myself? Just like a few days ago I did a live when I was talking about it's eviction time. Had I not known that being pregnant my kids, nobody ever done anything for my
Oh, here we go.
kids, regardless of
This is what she said. This is the first time she said that she's been a single mom the entire time she's had kids, even in her marriage, y'all.
also having to take care of 4 other kids, which I have been doing. So before I got pregnant, I would always take care of my kids, regardless of relationships, regardless of whoever I was with. I always took care of my kids. Nobody ever done anything for my kids. I made sure my kids were good always.
You
So,
couldn't even look in the camera see that.
and when people say, well, how does it feel to be a single mom? How does it feel to be a single mom? Well, you could be in a relationship and still be a single mom. I could go get married tomorrow and then I could still be a single mom. So,
Now, mind you, this is the same person who got mad on a live stream and blocked somebody because they put in the comments that she was a single mom of 6. So we gonna use it when it's convenient for us, like when we need to put it on a GoFundMe, or when we trying to throw a sub at the ex-husband, it's okay. But when somebody just blatantly outright say it in your comments, it's a problem, and we gonna block them for saying it. That's very contradicting. You can't do that. You can't use it for your convenience and then get mad at somebody for calling you a single mom. Which is it? Either you a single mom or you ain't, ma'am. I feel like we all see. Y'all know how I feel about it. I say it all the time. If you ain't married, you are a single mother. Period.
this journey isn't new for me at all. I have been a single mom the entire time I've been a mom. Let me say that. I do have support from my oldest kid's dad, Deshaun, who gets his kids and involved and make sure, hey, you need me to come up there right quick and talk to them. I will. You need me to come get them. I will. You need me to discipline them however way I can. I will. So shout out to him for always being there for me in that supportive aspect. Um, but yeah, through this
Notice she had to add that, y'all, because she was saying, notice how in the beginning of the clip she was saying, I've always been, ever since I've been a mom, I've been a single mom. And I think she didn't realize that she probably forgot her own narrative that she's been pushing out here, that the first baby daddy always been involved. So a little while later, she must have thought about it and added. Shout out to Deshaun for, he's very active in his what? Like make it make sense. He very active, but you the only one do for your kids. Something in the milk ain't clean, it ain't adding up. It's not giving what you want to. Yeah.
journey of people say being a single mom, I feel like I never stopped being a single mom. And I feel like people feel like you have to be in a relationship. Even if you're in a relationship or even if you're in a marriage, that does not mean that you're not a single mom. Especially if you're still doing all the things for your kids that you would be doing even if you were single. So if you're in a relationship and you're still providing and doing things for your kids, you're still a single mom. If you go and get married tomorrow and you still doing the same things you were doing before you got married for your kids, then you're still a single mom. And I don't think people realize that. So for me, that journey never stopped. That journey never stopped. Ever since my kids have been born and me and Deshaun wasn't together, I was a single mom. Period. No matter who I got with, I was a single mom. So that question for me is not new. Like I've always been that. So I don't even know how to answer that. Um, it's quite naturally. That's just who I am. I'll make sure that my kids are good. I'll make sure.
You know what's crazy? The fact that she can say that when we can clearly see the difference. It's a major difference in the dynamic, in the structure. Period. When she was with her husband, and that's how you know it's cap. It's one thing to say something, it's another thing to show and prove. The actions have to align, baby. When she was with her husband, them kids was always well kept. They was always dressed up. The girls always had braids. The boys always had haircuts. The boys always dressed like triplets with RH. The girls always dressed like quadruplets with her. They was always going on trips, doing activities, going to the mall, getting their hair done. RH was taking get them haircuts. He even took the girls to get braids in the mall. He took the boys shopping. He would take each one of the kids to go pick out a birthday gift. Like they was always doing stuff. You didn't have people talking about the structure and or oh you ain't combing your girl's hair and none of that was being done when she was with her husband because it was actually being done. So there is a difference. So when you say you've always been a single mom, clearly you had some help, ma'am. You had some help because the dynamic is totally different now. It's totally different. You went from having time to not having time. So even if you say you was a single mom when you was married, you still had that help. You still had that helping hand. You still had that extra hand. You had that person that was carrying a load so that you could be the best version of a mom to your kids. He made it possible so that you could do all of those things. So to just not give him credit is crazy. Because if that's the case, if you doing the same thing you've been doing, then why is it not looking the same way it looked when you had that husband? Why are people now judging you for the lack thereof when it comes to your baby and the effort that you give and put forth? It's a difference. It's a difference. And y'all know I'm real big on that. If you married, like I say, if you single, I mean, if you not married, let me say that. Because you could be in a relationship, but like I said, if you're not married, you are still considered a single mom because that man could walk out at any given day, or you could leave him at any given day, right? Even though you can leave in a marriage too, but it's a little different, child. It's a little different. But I feel like when you married, it makes all the difference. I don't care if that man did not father your kids. If y'all under the same roof and he paying at least one bill in that house, whether it's the mortgage, the light, electricity bill, or whatever, the water bill, buying the food, because I feel like that's a bill too. You're not a single mom. You have that help. And from what we know, according to a audio that you and RH had, he paid the bills, all the bills, including your car note and car insurance, and all of the other bills, the house bills, for the first 4 years of the marriage. So how did that? And she agreed when he said that. She said, "Right, but I was just trying to say such and such." No, you didn't say that on social. You gave something totally different. You made it seem like you was taking care of this man the whole time y'all was together, and that's why people was calling cap because that was impossible. It's impossible. So yeah, like no. As long as that man paying one bill, I don't care if he don't ever buy your child a pair of shoes or a outfit, get him a haircut. If he's paying bills in that home, you are not a single mother. All of that counts. It's given that she thinks it only counts when he's doing for her kids. No, he's taking one bill off of your back. That's enough. Okay, it makes a difference to me.
That I'll take care of my kids above all. And I don't feel like, for me, this entire process of being on social media, I
Bingo,
never got on social media and did videos with my kids like that. You will see a video here and there, but throughout 7 years of being on the internet, you have never seen me post my kids like that. I don't record my kids because I want my kids focused at school to be school and education and not be focused on skits and whatever else going on in the media. And so far, I have done extremely well with doing so, with keeping that separate. Like my kids can go to school and they're not being recognized and they're not being picked on and they're not being bullied and they're not engaging in what Brianna is.
But didn't she say at one point that her kids was going to school and people were saying something about bloggers and stuff talking about her kids on social media and dragging her kids? Didn't she say that, y'all? Correct me if I'm wrong. But didn't she say that they was being bullied? Okay.
doing on social media. So, and I want to keep it that way. So when people say, well, I don't see you do things with your kids, because I want my kids solely focused to be their education and not to be, oh, I went viral on social media. Oh, my friends are talking about social media. Oh, I can't pay attention because my friends or people or kids in the school want to talk about my mom or talk about what we did in the video. So I don't think I would ever like post my kids like that. I see some people do that, and I be thinking about it. I'm like, oh, maybe I should do family content with my kids, but no. So far, all the way up to middle school, my baby is about to be 14 years old, and I have not had an issue with social media with them in school. So I feel like I'm going to keep going the way I'm going and keeping them out of the limelight as much as I can and post them every blue moon and not as.
Okay. I got one more to let y'all hear, but y'all know what I just thought about, right? So, mind you, Momo just had a birthday. What, yesterday or day before? One of the two, right? Notice how in the video collage that she put together, you can see all of these clips from when Momo was a baby, right? Always dressing alike, all of these different things. It's a whole bunch of memories when it comes to Momo. But when you look at the dynamic now, it's like she was. Let me just say this: it was a different her. She was so proud to show Momo in those clips. Like and it made me think like, well, why don't you have that same energy with your babies now? Like Momo was on every clip. She was like the what they call it, y'all, the it child. Every clip was Momo, Momo, Momo. Don't give that not, child.
Why you pay me? You be knowing the answer. I be going to therapy and like I guess it's more of a venting session for me, even though
Did I play the one where she was saying how her oldest son didn't have issues when he go to school? Hold on.
I already know my like, damn, I can't even call my mama and be like, mama.
Hold
Not
on.
having her is also it's not to the point where I was like crying every day and like looking at stuff. Uh the holidays coming up and feelings that was also is my life. This is I've never been one. And I feel like the only way God can really sit you still and for you to realize that and see that is if you really take the time to really. I would have to call nurses here.
Okay. I must have played it in the last clip and wasn't really paying attention, child. But I think I did. Because I heard when she said her son can go to school and not have to worry about this and that, with stuff on social media. But that's what I was trying to play. But shout out to Bianca Pair Creations because I spoke on that before. You got a good memory, girl. Okay. You said the first episode of that just being like on your show, she was telling, she was explaining to the kids how since her and RH were no longer together, how she's going to be a single mom now and things are going to be very, very different because her work will be more demanding because she's not in that marriage dynamic. So yeah, that's why you got to be careful of the things that you say on social media because you put your own foot in your own mouth, especially when you're being deceptive, right? When you lying and you say, you didn't say something completely different in a whole lot of other clips. No, we can't do that. Because then you got people, bloggers like myself and others, who rebuttal, who rebuttal, who rebuttal, who rebuttal. But hey, child, let me see. She will never meet another RH. She fumbled that ball and she knows it, Robert gone. That's true. And he living his life. And that's why I always say that man he sacrificed his livelihood, y'all, for his peace. And the reason why I say that is because he no longer has the platforms that he once had. Now he's working his way back up. He's trying to get it back, trying to get back to a certain level. But mind you, think about it. They did when she exposed the nostrils, what they did? Nothing. Nothing. Just because they had a feeling they was gonna get back together. And it's like it never happened. The nostrils was exposed as an abuser. But yet he's still on social media like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. That's why I say RH sacrificed. And the crazy part is, RH wasn't the abuser. That's the crazy part. All of that was debunked. So it's like he's still suffering the consequences of with the backlash from those lies, trying to rebuild what he once had. And this man is just living carelessly. He getting into car accidents and child, y'all. And he posted a what's up, BEI Crenshaw? Hey, Miss Ronnie B. He posted a video today, y'all, where he had the hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick for y'all. Wait, is it? Somebody send me a screenshot. It's the video, but I got a screenshot of the quote. Hold on, y'all. What is it? It's not it. He did post something about some scripture. I think somebody sent that. Okay, here it is. Let me send it to my email so I can show y'all right quick before we jump up off here. All right. I hope the likes is liking y'all. I hope y'all did y'all big one for your girl with the likes. Shout out to everybody who supported my little super chat goal. I appreciate y'all every time I go live. I swear, y'all always do y'all big one and show me support, and it is appreciated. I just want y'all to know that. Just want to let y'all know that. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Here we go. Wait, did it send? Yeah. Okay. Open. All right. Let me pull it up. So he posted this, y'all, today, right? Y'all can see that's what he posted at the car. Now, mind you, that looked like a tow yard to y'all. I'm used to when it's a tow yard, it has other cars that been towed, like they be around. Like it look, why it look like the car is just in a parking lot by a dealership? What y'all feel about? How y'all feel about it? Because he said, thanks to everybody that has checked up on me. Most y'all, most y'all are strangers, but I'm grateful for the support and words of encouragement. I hope the popo find that bastard. Y'all, how y'all feel about it? Do it look like the car is at a tow yard, or do it look like it's at by a dealership in another parking lot? Because if you notice, they got cars over here. Why is his right here? Like, I don't know. It's something weird about this whole situation. I feel like, why aren't you in a rental? Why were you just in allowing your car? I feel like he didn't take the proper steps. I still feel like he was intoxicated, inebriated. I feel like he was definitely under the influence, and he didn't want to officer to pull up on the scene, smell that breath, or look at them yellow eyes that he had. Because it gave alcoholic eyes. Um, so I feel like this is what I feel, y'all. This is my opinion. Let me just say opinion, not fact, right? Just me scoping the scene, doing what I do. I feel like he got into the accident. He got real nervous because he know he had been under the influence drinking, right? The accident kind of shook him back, sobered him up a little bit, just a little bit. But the eyes were still giving. They was real yellow. Um, I feel like he called his homeboy. He didn't call the police. I feel like he ended up because like I said, y'all, I know somebody who did this before, so they can escape the DWI or the DUI, whichever one you want to call it, driving under the influence, driving while intoxicated, right? I feel like he did that. He called his homeboy to come get him. He didn't call the police, and wherever this car at, it is given that he got somebody to tow it there because it don't even look out like it don't look like a tow yard. It looked like a used car dealership. That's what it looked like to me. And his car is in a whole nother parking lot. So it's given to me that he got, once he shook back the next day, because his car, if you remember, his car was on the side of the road. It wasn't in the road to where a officer needed to be called. Like even if you don't call, if you get in an accident and your car is in the road or whatever, somebody gonna call. Whether you call or they call, somebody gonna call the police because it's gonna be holding up traffic, right? So his car wasn't doing that. His car was completely on the side of the road, out the way, because he was sitting on the curb right by it, right? So I feel like he shook back. He got his homeboy to pick him up. He shook back the next day and then got his car towed to wherever this is at. Because he didn't get no rental. I don't feel like he had insurance. And if he did have insurance, I feel like he had liability. That's just me, y'all. I felt like he moved exactly how somebody that was under the influence would move when they don't want to get in trouble. So I don't know. There's something weird about this situation. 'Cause I feel like if he would have followed proper protocol, police would have been out there. Because is the thing. The reason why he didn't call police before he went live is because I feel like if he did, they would have still been out there. They would have still been out there. I don't feel like they would have just left him sitting on the curb. So even an ambulance, okay? I feel like he didn't call the police before he went live. He just got in an accident, was shook up a little bit, trying to think about what he was gonna do, what's gonna be his next move. Then he jumped on live to get the attention of his baby mama because they was going through it. And she probably wasn't answering the phone for him. So he, wanting to feel sorry, want her to feel sorry, he jumped on live. And then yeah, that's how I feel he handled that situation. Because people could say what they want, but that man gave inebriated. Period. Like I don't think he was passing no whatchamacallit. I don't think he was passing it that night, child. Hey Miss Judy, for insurance purposes, the accident needs to be documented with police report. Yep, exactly. Liability is not going to pay for his car to get it. Exactly. That's why I said that. That's why I say he either had no insurance or he had liability. And liability, it only covers a percentage, if I'm not mistaken, like what, maybe 25,000 for the other party's vehicle. So not yours. It don't cover you. It pretty much covers the other party. That's why it's such thing as full coverage, meaning it'll cover you and the other party. Um, not calling authorities right away gave him time to sober up. I don't think so because I feel like he needed a night to sober up. Like he looked like the type that drink every day. Like when at least when he ain't acting, it gives that for me. He gives that. I don't know, child. It's the CC on here that just did a whole rundown about it. Ooh, I want to see. Who was it, Bianca Fair Creation? It looked like a police towing yard. It do? How can you tell? Because like I said, I don't see no other wrecked vehicle besides his, and it looks like all the cars are far away from his. They back here on another lot or whatever, and his just chilling right here. I don't know. Look like it's at a gas station. I can't really tell with the sign. He messed that car up. Wow, he better not be getting a new car. I don't think he can afford to get him a new car, y'all. I don't think he can do that. But anyways, all right, y'all. That is it for tonight. We've been on here almost 2 hours now, supposed to get my hair washed and all that. I might not do it tonight sometime. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking out with your girl on this good old Monday with this little 1-2 nightcap we did. We did a Sunday nightcap. Now we did a Monday nightcap. Hopefully we can go live earlier tomorrow. Because I don't really like doing late lives, to be honest. Because my eyes start getting real low. I'm used to getting in that bed, child. But yeah, but I love y'all. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
Yeah. You tuned in to Lou Pac, baby. She don't follow trends, she follow facts. Receipts ready, energy heavy. Let's go, let's go.
L-U-P-A-C, baby don't play, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-E-N-T, bring in truth to the streets.
Go. She don't do drama, she drop data. Scroll the page, now or later. You'll see lies get exposed and the fake get froze like refrigerators. Name ring bells like second line. Speak real, no need to lie. She from the south with a strong survivor. Snakes don't make it out alive.
L-U-P-A-C, ain't no faking on the screen. Call a judge, call a jury, she deliver with that heat. You won't clap, but she got truth. No sugar in her speech. Independent, bold and real, this Lou Pac, baby. Capiche?
They scrolling, she exposing. They trolling, she compose. See, Lou Pac don't just react, she the code what's not disclosed. From screenshots to timelines, receipts in real time. You playing checkers, she playing chess. Every move defined. Got that hustle in her bones. No cosign built her own. Views go up when she speak up. This platform here a throne.
L-U-P-A-C, baby don't bend, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-D-N-T, bring in truth to the streets. L-U-A-C, baby don't bend. She that truth in your feed when the lies get blown. Y'all watching, y'all lurking, but she grown. L-U-A-C, baby don't be. She that truth in your feed when the lies get blown. Y'all watching, y'all lurking, but she grown.
This ain't gossip, this ain't rumors. This is real talk, backed by real proof. Welcome to Lou Pac, baby, where every video got purpose.